People don't like to admit this, but after you turn 60, the world starts treating your time as if it has no value. They assume you're always free, always available, always ready to stop your plans for their emergencies, or worse, for their conveniences. And when you finally say the word no, something strange happens. People act shocked, offended, almost betrayed, as if your entire purpose in life was to keep saying yes forever. But here's the truth no one talks about. Saying no after 60 isn't rude. It isn't selfish. It's self-respect, it's maturity, it's freedom. And today, I want to speak directly to that part of you that has spent decades putting everyone else first. Because after 60, something shifts. You begin to realize that the time ahead of you is too precious to be wasted. That the peace you protect matters more than the comfort you give others. And that your no has value, maybe more value now than ever before. Let me tell you something you already know. People became used to your yes. For years, for decades, you were the reliable one, the helper, the fixer, the one who showed up even tired, even overwhelmed, even hurting. You were the person who kept everything running, even when nobody thanked you for it. And because you always said yes, they assumed you always would. They assumed you didn't have limits or needs or dreams of your own. They assumed your time belonged to them. Let me share a small story. It might sound familiar. A friend once told me this. Someone in her family called her in the middle of her afternoon. Not for an emergency, not for something urgent, just because they needed help with something they didn't feel like doing alone. And the old version of herself, the version from her 40s, her 50s, would have said yes immediately. But this time she paused. She took a breath, and she said, "I can't today." That was it. A simple, calm, honest no. And the reaction? Pure disappointment, almost anger. And she realized something in that moment. People weren't upset because she didn't help. They were upset because she finally set a boundary, because she broke a pattern, because she reminded them that she has a life, a real life, and not just responsibilities. And maybe you felt that too, that pressure, that expectation, that silent demand for your time, your energy, your availability. People confuse retirement with endless duty. They think you're not busy means you have nothing meaningful to do, but you do. You absolutely do. You have a life that still matters. You have a mind that still dreams. You have energy, goals, curiosities, and desires. Maybe more now than ever. And here is what many don't understand. Just because you have free time doesn't mean you have to give it away. Let me say that again, because someone needs to hear it clearly. Your free time does not belong to other people. After 60, saying yes to everything doesn't make you kind. It makes you invisible. It teaches others that your needs don't matter. It tells them you're always second, even in your own life. But when you say no, something powerful happens. You step back into your identity. You reclaim your time. You become visible again. You become a person with boundaries, not just a resource to be used. And yes, some people will react badly. Some will pout. Some will complain. Some will try to guilt you, not because you're doing something wrong, but because they benefited from you having no limits. But here's a truth that hits hard. People who truly love you do not depend on your exhaustion. They don't want you drained. They don't want you overwhelmed. They don't want you sacrificing your peace for their convenience. Only people who were using you will be upset by your boundaries. And that's the uncomfortable truth we try to ignore. But saying no doesn't push the right people away. It filters the wrong people out. It shows you who respects your humanity and who only respects your usefulness. And listen, saying no doesn't have to be dramatic. You don't need speeches. You don't need to justify your decisions endlessly. You don't owe long explanations. You can simply say, "I already have plans. I need some time for myself. I can't this time. I'm resting today." Or even just, "No, not today." Simple, calm, strong. And when someone reacts badly, remind yourself, their discomfort is not your responsibility. Your well-being is. Here's another truth many people fear. When you say no, you make space for the life you actually want. You make space for your health, your hobbies, your quiet mornings, your long walks, your books, your projects, your peace. You make space to discover things you never had time for, to take care of yourself without guilt, to breathe, to start over, to do something simply because you want to. Because after 60, you are not running out of life, you are stepping into a new one, a wiser one, a more intentional one, a life that finally belongs to you. And here's something most people don't realize until much later. Saying no after 60 is not abandoning anyone. It's not giving up on your responsibilities. It's not becoming distant. It's simply choosing yourself for the first time in a very long time. And when you choose yourself, you teach others to choose you with respect, not expectation. You deserve that. You've earned that. You have paid for that with decades of effort, patience, and sacrifice. So let me leave you with this, the truth at the heart of this entire message. Saying no after 60 is not the end of your generosity. It's the beginning of your freedom. And your freedom matters. Your boundaries matter. Your time matters. But most of all, you matter.